CALCIO Chronicles. I'm Sheida Rad, your football-spirited language coach, and as always, I'm here with my brilliant co-host, Italy's top football analyst and sports journalist, Massimo Caputi.
Hi, Sheida, nice to see you, and welcome to everybody. Christmas, it's coming, but the Serie A doesn't stop.
Yeah, it's true. Christmas is coming, and as you can see, I have my Christmas jumper on, and the Christmas is in the air. So, Massimo, we have a lot to talk about after round 16. Shall we start?
Yes, we are ready.
Perfect. Okay, Massimo, last week we highlighted that Serie A title race is mostly focused on the two teams of Inter and Juventus. Now, this week, Inter is under the spotlight as it's showcasing remarkable character, reinforcing its leadership. Inter is coming from a very convincing win against Lazio, while Juve had a hard-fought draw with Genova. Do you think that this is like a lost battle for Juve, or Juventus has still like a chance to fight for the title?
No, I believe that the fight for the title will be between Inter and the Juventus. Obviously, Inter gained more points than Juventus in the last round, but the tournament is long. And we have a lot of matches, and so it's important also the next round. But Inter and Juventus remain the favorites for the title.
Okay, now you were right last week when you mentioned that now with the European competitions that stop, now also Inter is going to be able to focus more on Serie A, and in fact we saw the results.
Yes, the next 2 months will be very important for this because without European matches, all teams have focus for the tournament. But Inter lost in Italy Cup last night against Bologna, and it was a big surprise. And so Inter now have to have focus for the Serie A for 2 months, and is the favorite. But at the same time, Inter have to pay attention for the title for Serie A, and because Juventus is near, and so is important the focus for the Serie A.
Okay, perfect. Now, last week we also talked about how the table is, and how 8 teams were behind Milan, with only 5 points separating them from one another. Now, well, after round 16, we have a very different table, don't we? It's crazy that Roma was at the 4th place, and now it went down to the 8th place. What are your thoughts?
But we spoke in the last episode around this particular situation on the table, and my opinion is that this battle for the European position will continue, and we can have change every round, also in the next, because we have a lot of team in few points, and so we had the demonstration about this in the last round when Roma lost against Bologna, and from the 4th position now is in the 8th position. Everything is changing round by round, and so it's very, very interesting, this situation.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Now, as you mentioned, every round can change all the balance of this table. Exactly. So without further ado, let's get to talk about the next round that is coming with some very big matches. Let's get to the next round previews. Okay, so let's start the previews of round 17 with the last and the biggest match of this round, which is Roma-Napoli. It looks like both teams are struggling. Roma comes from a 2-0 loss, as you just mentioned, with Bologna, and of course, we knew that it was going to be difficult, as we talked about it last time, because they had the injuries of Dybala and Lukaku. What are your thoughts on Roma?
But Rome, the defeats again against Bologna has been hard for Roma because Bologna won and at the same time play very well. And the problems of Roma are being evident, no? Because the absences of Lukaku and Dybala are important, but at the same time, the football of Roma doesn't is no at the level of Bologna, and this is the problem, no? Because if you want to stay in the high position, you have to play, and you have to play better than Roma did against Bologna. For both teams, Roma and Napoli, the next match is very, very important because Napoli came from an amazing defeat against
scandalous one, exactly.
Yes, Frosinone in Italy Cup, and it's very hard because Roma and Napoli cannot lose, cannot, and so the victory is too important. Napoli play better away than home, and Roma play better at home than away, and so probably at the end for me will be a draw. Also for the fear now to lose.
Yeah, no, I know. Because both teams absolutely need this win, as you were just mentioning, because they need to bounce back. So you go with a draw.
No, I believe my my opinion is the difference of the team, how team play, how the shape of the team is different, and Lukaku and Osimhen will be probably the best players, no, and important players in this match. And also, I'm curious to understand and to see what Mourinho will change after Bologna. For example, in the absence of Dybala is important, and who will play near Lukaku, Pellegrini or Azmoun or Esharawi. Mourinho will choose two forwards or only one, and a player as Pellegrini near Lukaku. I don't know. I know that Napoli will play with the best team than Mazzarri can.
Okay, of course. Perfect. Now let's talk about the next big match, which will be the clash between Bologna and Atalanta. Both teams are in very good shape, and they're demonstrating big character, and they're both coming from victories. But in your opinion, which team is stronger, and which team can secure these 3 points?
Nobody could think that Bologna-Atalanta could be in a match so important. No, Bologna is very big surprise of this season, and I love a player as Zirze, and we spoke about him
earlier.
some
Yeah,
some weeks ago.
yeah. Yes.
Is a balanced match. Uh, both teams are ambitious, and for me, in this moment, the feeling of Bologna is very strong, and Atalanta also has ambition and play well, but I little bit prefer Bologna in this case. It's difficult to win two consecutive matches at home, and for me, at the end, probably another draw.
Okay.
Another draw.
Another draw. It's easier, of course, especially between the two of them, Bologna and Atalanta. Yeah, a draw will be easier. Next one, we're going to have Inter versus Lecce. Now, do you think that this is going to be an easy 3 points for Inter, or Lecce could be actually a little more difficult for Inter?
Okay, never the match one match in Serie A is easy, but Inter is absolutely favored, and also because would like to react after the defeat in Italy Cup, and so for me, Inter will win.
Okay.
But I'm sorry, it's important to understand the physical condition of Lautaro, because
Yeah.
in the Italy Cup match had a problem, and so this is very important, not only for against Lecce, but for the prosecution of the Serie A
Okay.
in the next matches.
Okay, we will have updates on that, I'm sure, in the next few days. Cool. Now, next one, we're going to have Frosinone versus Juventus. Now, both teams are coming from okay matches in Serie A. It's true, Frosinone lost to Lecce, but we cannot not mention their 4-0 victory against Napoli in Coppa Italia. And on the other side, Juventus drew with Genova, but of course, they're at the second place with 37 points after Inter. How difficult is it going to be for Juventus to win this match in Europe?
Yes, will be a difficult match for Juventus, I believe, and the feeling of Frosinone is the same of Bologna, no? After the the victory in Italy Cup, but also because Frosinone play a nice football and is in a good position on the table, and so for Juventus will be hard, but at the end, the experience and the strength of Juventus and the motivation of Juventus could be more than Frosinone, and so for me, I believe that Juventus will win.
Okay, awesome. Next one, we're going to have Salernitana versus Milan. Now, Milan is at the third place with 32 points and is coming from a win against Monza, showing, of course, its superiority. Now, Salernitana, however, is at the end of the table at the 20th place with only 8 points in 16 rounds, and is risking relegation if it doesn't catch any points at this point. Do you think that this is going to be an easy win for Milan, or Salernitana could have, the chance to catch some
Easy,
points?
easy, no, but Milan is favored, and has been very important. The reaction in the last match at home against Monza, an important victory, and so for me, Milan has the qualities and the players for winning this match. Also because Salernitana is in great difficulty, and the arrival of Sabatini as general manager is important, but that Sabatini doesn't play, and probably his job will be important for the transfer market in January for changing something. But at the moment, Milan is favored, and for my opinion, will win this match.
Okay. Now we have a similar situation for our next match, which is between Empoli and Lazio. Now, Empoli is at 18th place with only 12 points of the table, and they are also risking the relegation, similarly to Salernitana. However, the difference is that they have a slight chance of saving themselves, because if they catch any points, Udinese and Cagliari, they have only 13 points, so they could change the things around. However, Lazio is a very big opponent. Is at 11th place with 21 points. Even though they're coming from a 2-0 loss against Inter, which actually includes a red card from Lazzari at 86th minute. And of course also Empoli is coming from a loss against Torino, but the two losses are different, so do you think that Empoli might have a chance against Lazio, or it's going to be like an easy win for Lazio?
The situation on the table for both is difficult, but for Empoli is normal to fight for the salvation.
Yeah.
But it's not the same for Lazio, because Lazio last year arrived in the second place, and so the expectation of for Lazio were important, no? The previous Lazio won in this year against Empoli in Tuscany, and so also in this situation, Lazio is favored, is in a bad moment, but I believe that they will have the qualities for winning this match against Empoli.
Okay. Fantastic. Now, talking about other matches, we have the opening match of this round, which is between Sassuolo and Genoa. Both teams drew in round 16. What are your predictions for this round? Who has a bigger chance to win?
It's a balanced match. It's not so easy to see who is favored. Sassuolo play at home, but at the same time have to pay attention for Genoa, because Genoa play well and also has some players, interesting players, as Gudmundsson, for example, and maybe will be on a draw. In this moment, I want to say on a draw for this match.
Okay, a draw. And if one of them might win, which one do you think has more chance? Sassuolo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next one, we're going to have Monza-Fiorentina. They both come from draws. Is there any of them that you see favored for this match?
But I am waiting on a reaction from Monza after the defeat against Milan. At the same time, I am awaiting Fiorentina, because didn't play well in the last match that won, but at the same time is important for Fiorentina to win also the match that doesn't play well, and so is an interesting test for Fiorentina, but also for Monza. For me, a probable result could be a victory of Monza.
Victory of Monza. Okay. I thought you were going to go with the draw. Given the fact that they were both coming from draws.
Yeah, okay. It's impossible to have all draws in the match. Before each match is balanced, but so in this case, I want to say victory of Monza.
Monza. Okay, fantastic. Now, next one on the line, we're going to have Torino versus Udinese. Torino is coming from the victory against Empoli, and Udinese drew with Sassuolo, which costed them also a red card for Payero. Is there any of the teams that you think will have more chance or will be favored for this match?
Probably Torino. Play at home and also is in a good moment, in a good the team has a good feeling for playing well and also for the results, and so is favored in the match against Udinese, but it's not so easy because Udinese needs points for saving, no, and so but Torino is favored.
Okay. And last but not least, we're going to have Verona versus Cagliari. In this case, they're both coming from losses. Verona against Fiorentina and Cagliari against Napoli. Okay, between these two teams that they both come from losses, which one do you think has a chance to get the points for this
It's
match?
a big match for salvation, this, not for for the top, but it's very, very important, the final result in this match.
Yeah.
And Verona also has an important problem around the president, Setti. I don't know the reflection for the team, no, around these rumors around the club. But if Verona and Cagliari want to save, have to catch point in a match as this, and I am smiling because I think a draw in also in this in this match. But I want to predict the victory of Verona.
The victory of Verona. Okay. So, or a draw or a victory for Verona.
Yeah, but okay, is difficult to understand what will happen in match as this.
Like this.
And Cagliari is a solid team, but Verona, for example, I watched the match against Fiorentina, and in the first half had a lot of occasion for scoring, and I think that in a match so important against Cagliari, need to win, and so for me is a little bit favored than Cagliari.
Okay, fine. Very good. Thank you so much, Massimo, for all the insights and the previews for the next round. And this is it.
Yes.
We reached the end of our episode in the Christmas mood. Did
We
you
will
already
see
put
after
up?
Christmas.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely see each other after Christmas. Did you already put up the Christmas tree
Yeah.
in your house? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Okay.
I want to say nice Christmas for everybody and to you.
Yeah. Happy Christmas.
Bye bye.
Merry Christmas. See you after the Christmas. Have a lovely celebrations. Take care. Thank you, everyone, for listening to us, and Merry Christmas. See you next week after lovely celebrations, and we're going to discuss the next round. Take care and have a lovely time. Bye.